Hello and welcome to this election special edition of the Big Picture. It's a historic day in more than one sense today, as the results of the elections to the 5 states was out. It's historic for the BJP as it has managed to win for the first time a northeastern state, Assam, where it has been struggling to make a foray for decades. It's also historic for the BJP in Kerala as it has finally managed to open its account in the assembly, which has been eluding it for decades. For the left front, it is a matter of great embarrassment and shock that in Bengal, they have ended up behind Congress. In Tamil Nadu, the return of Jayalalitha is a phenomenal event, as it is for the first time in over 3 decades that a party has returned to power on a positive vote. For Mamata Banerjee, it's a spectacular victory, surpassing her earlier performance. For the Congress, it's a terrible day, as it has lost both Assam and Kerala, and the only minor saving grace is it gaining Puducherry. So what does all this mean at the national level? How is the politics at the national level going to be impacted by these results? What it means to the BJP and Prime Minister Modi and to Sonia and Rahul Gandhi and the Congress? We will discuss all this today with Gopal Krishna Agarwal, who will be joining us soon. We in the studio are Hanan Mullah, Central Committee member CPIM, Nilab Mishra, senior journalist and former editor Hindi Outlook, and Venkatesh Ramakrishnan, associate editor Frontline magazine. Welcome to all of you. Venkatesh, coming to you first. One of the important things which has emerged out of this election, let's start from Kerala, is that Kerala politics is no more a bipolar politics. Is that something which we now have to come to accept?
I think the number of seats the BJP has won is only 1.
Yes.
But in terms of vote percentage, it's a very significant 15%, the BJP alliance vote share. And I think it is a very clear message that the days of bipolar politics in Kerala is over. So it's very clearly a signal for all the secular political organizations of Kerala. And it is also a signal for the BJP and the larger Sangh Parivar, which has been trying to kind of, make political advantage and electoral advantage in Kerala for many decades. It's a signal as to how they would carry on with the kind of politics that they have been advancing so far. Whether a totally die-hard Hindutva communal politics will work in Kerala, whether they'll have to kind of bring in new elements to it, whether they would have to add new caste and developmental and sociological issues to it. These are all questions that the BJP also would have to address in the days to come, because it's no longer a party which does not have representation in the assembly, it's no longer a party which can carry out any kind of agitprop politics as it used to carry out earlier.
That's interesting. Yeah. So are you trying to say that the typical Hindutva kind of politics will not work for BJP in Kerala? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, because Kerala is a state, if it has to make significant gains, Kerala is a state where the minority population, if you combine the Muslim minority population, Christian minority population, it is close to 46%.
Yes.
It's not a state like any other state where you have a phenomenal Hindu politics. And there is no way they'll be able to consolidate
the Hindu votes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. Mr. Hanan Mullah, we'll first finish Kerala and then go to Bengal.
Yes.
Kerala, your party is back in power, is something which you people can rejoice to some extent, because the kind of setback you had in Bengal. But again, as I was asking, it's no more going to be a bipolar polity in Kerala. So the left front also needs to relook at its own way in which it will have to rule, or it will have to conduct its politics there.
Yes, that is necessary. Kerala has brought certain new questions before the left and LDF. New questions that BJP's support base is increasing. But whatever I said earlier in the morning also, that BJP's strength increase in Kerala, it will go up to a extent, up to a limit, and beyond that it will be very difficult for them to increase. If the BJP politics as it is, it works. I think so. It will not go endlessly to the topmost mark.
That's what you can. That's what you can hope.
Yes, that is a possibility there because of the Kerala people, their culture, their ethos, their understanding. So Kerala people cannot be granted like that because communalism cannot be the basic politics of Kerala. That is because of that we can hope.
So
on
they
the,
have to-
but
maybe
one thing is fact that they will go for attacking. Today 3 attacks on our Bijan's rally and 2 other rally were attacked. One our comrade have been killed and all the 3
Where?
attacks in Kerala.
In Kerala.
And in all these attacks were allegedly done by communal forces because when rational forces grow, these communal forces cannot tolerate. And we have seen earlier in many places, this only today itself we found in Kerala. So we have to face such attack from them. They may be aggressive against the left, politically and ideologically. So on both counts, LDF will have to be cautious and
LDF has a challenge there. Nilab, let's shift away a little from Kerala. Looking at the larger national picture, Congress, losing both Assam and Kerala, how serious is the defeat? And to some extent, if you see Bengal, they have at least retained what they had. But losing these 2 states, how serious is it for Congress?
Well, in Kerala, Congress has a bigger challenge, I would say. In the sense that the social base that it has will now, there will be these 2 forces, left and the BJP, trying to split the Congress's social base. Even in late 90s, during NDA 1, for instance, I had noticed among Syrian Christians who were generally Congress voters, rubber plantation people, there was a tilt towards the BJP, though BJP was not a big player then.
Among the Syrian Christians,
among the Syrian Christians, So what the BJP will do, I think, there is not play the classical communal card. It would go into isolating the Muslims, who then, they have been with UDF, and then they might, for protection, then move towards the LDF.
In fact, in this election, this is supposed to have happened already.
Yeah. And let us remember that BJP's game plan is not just Kerala. Kerala is a foothold it wants for its wider expansion into the south.
Yes.
Till now
Especially
it had
Tamil Nadu.
Karnataka, but now Tamil Nadu would be its, and it's the same cultural matrix which it would try to play out in Tamil Nadu. And in Kerala also it has tried a kind of social engineering, for instance, appropriating the legacy of Narayan Guru and wooing the Erwas. It has, it was a big game plan. It is not that it has come about in a day.
Overnight.
Yeah. So that cultural matrix centered around the temple, for instance, centered around many religious and also religious reformer figures, that they would try out. It's like appropriation of the Ambedkar strategy, Ambedkar legacy here in the north and in the central India. They would try out with the social reform movement.
That's fine.
In the south.
How difficult would it be for Congress to counter something like this?
Congress will have to have a new narrative. I think left will have a narrative there. Left, the ideological, for instance, the economic narrative already had started taking shape under Thomas Isaac in the last LDF regime, and it had the blessings of EMS then. Now that I think, left would try to build on that narrative of decentralized planning, etc., etc. But what is the Congress narrative? We don't know. The BJP has a narrative of nationalism. The left has a narrative of, in Kerala, a narrative of economic decentralization, decentralized decision making. What will the Congress narrative be there in Kerala?
Venkatesh?
No, absolutely. I think
That is where the real challenge for the Congress lies in Kerala.
also because it has been for the last 5 years it has been in power, and the Women Chandi government will be credited as one of the governments which has done a lot of developmental work for Kerala, but it is not substantive or concrete as the economic decentralization that was being worked out under the LDF regime, nor politically is it as concrete as the kind of politics that the BJP, the combination of Hindutva and caste that the BJP has been advancing. So there has been no concrete or defined political, economic, social processes that the Congress has followed. I think that is going to be the bigger. It's been a motley crowd, led by different groups of different group leaders and group people. So, that thing has to change. It has to, and I think, it is a reflection of the national situation that the Congress is facing. Because Congress at the national level too, if you look at the Congress history since 2009, what it has done is it has never proactively advanced any policy formulation nor any electoral strategy. It has benefited, wherever it has made some marginal gains, it has benefited from the mistakes and faults of other people.
Okay, well, we have Jaivir Shergill with us on the. Do we have him on the phone line or do we have his video? Okay. We can. I think video is also connected. Jaivir. So we are discussing about the impact of these elections on various political parties and forces. But as far as the Congress is concerned, having lost both Assam and Kerala, the biggest challenge seems to be before the Congress, if you have to revive it, the way in which the BJP has emerged in Kerala, for instance, that seems to be one of the biggest challenges which Congress will face. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, and I will make 4 specific points. First, the results and what do we have to take home, the impact on the national political scene, and especially keeping 2019 in mind, and how the dynamics have changed after 2014. I think Congress is disappointed with the results. We were expecting it to be a glorious summer, but it is turning out to be a harsh, sunny day for us ahead. Now, as far as the 4 states are concerned, very quickly, yes, Congress has paid a heavy price for the anti-incumbency in Assam and Kerala. But if I slice up the result in 4 states, in our worst times also, not that it is any comfort, but in our worst time, Congress is still ahead of Bharatiya Janata Party in all the 4 states. Now, leaving Assam, the total seat number is 698. BJP only has, subject to factual correction, only 4 seats. And whereas Congress vote share, despite doing not so good in all the states, is still much higher than Bharatiya Janata Party's. To the contrary, BJP's vote share post 2014 in every election has reduced. Even today in Bengal, Tamil Nadu, in Assam, Bharatiya Janata Party is way behind Congress and way behind its own hallmark of 2014. So the bigger question is, yes, due credit to them, they have won Assam, but Congress has a much larger and a better footprint in these states post 2014 as compared to Bharatiya Janata Party. So I think at the national scene, we are still ahead.
Jaivir, sorry.
One more point.
Jaivir, sorry to cut in. I'll come back to you. Please stay on. I'll come back to you. We have Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the BJP party office addressing the media. I think let's hear what he has to say.
यहाँ इधर आ जाओ भाई। इन 5 राज्यों में चुनाव था। वहां के मतदाताओं ने इस उमंग और उत्साह के साथ भारी मतदान किया और बाय एंड लार्ज एकाध प्रदेश को छोड़ करके शांतिपूर्ण चुनाव रहे, शांतिपूर्ण मतदान हुआ और आज जो नतीजे आए हैं, ये नतीजे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए, एनडीए के लिए अत्यंत उत्साहवर्धक है। मैं इन पांचों राज्यों के मतदाताओं का हृदय से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, धन्यवाद करता हूं। उन्होंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी पर अपने विश्वास में बढ़ोतरी की है। असम में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनना तो कई लोगों के लिए वैसा ही आश्चर्य है जैसा कि जम्मू कश्मीर में भारतीय जनता पार्टी सरकार में हिस्सेदार है। इस चुनाव परिणामों से ये साफ हुआ है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की विकास की जो विचारधारा है, सामान्य मानवी के जीवन में बदलाव लाने का जो अथक प्रयास है, उसको देश की जनता भली भांति सराह रही है, स्वीकार कर रही है और समर्थन कर रही है। देश के गरीबों की भलाई के लिए, सामान्य मानवी की जिंदगी में बदलाव लाने के लिए ये जन समर्थन हमें और अधिक ताकत देगा और अधिक उत्साह देगा। भारतीय जनता पार्टी तेज गति से हिंदुस्तान के सभी भूभाग पर जन स्वीकृति प्राप्त कर रही है। यह लोकतंत्र के लिए मैं एक उत्तम नजरिया मानता हूं। हम सब मिलकर के सामान्य मानवी की आशा आकांक्षाओं को पूर्ण करने के लिए निरंतर प्रयास करते रहेंगे। मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष श्रीमान अमित शाह, उनकी पूरी टीम, प्रदेशों की भारतीय जनता पार्टी का नेतृत्व, उनकी टीम और पार्टी के लाखों कार्यकर्ताओं को हृदय से बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। धन्यवाद।
Okay. Okay, that was Prime Minister Narendra Modi, obviously quite happy with what has come through as far as the BJP is concerned. Venkatesh, it's very interesting what he said. One of the things he said is he compared what has happened in Assam with Jammu and Kashmir. Why do you think? What does it mean?
No, I think it's a geographical bastion that has been
Breached.
That's been breached. See, look at Northeast is a very important element for the BJP, and if you go through the Vision 2020 document, which the BJP and the Sangh Parivar had prepared in the late 1990s, in the beginning of the 21st century, one of the geographical areas that the Sangh Parivar wants to focus is the Northeast.
And they have been doing it for quite some time.
And also, see, the point is that, so as as more and more regions are breached and they come under their influence, I think they make these statements, and I think this is also not a statement just for the people who have gathered there. It's also a statement addressed to Nagpur. That we have achieved this. Now we have to do these things more.
Nilam?
Yes.
How do you see this statement?
Yeah. Northeast is the key to, the obvious criticism against BJP has been that their nationalism is very incomplete.
Yes.
And it is not inclusive. Now, of course, I don't think that winning Assam would make it more inclusive, but then they would have a propaganda point, a talking point about it.
Nilab, I do have to make a point there. The point is there has been a very concerted attempt to redraw the cultural history of the Northeast.
Yes,
See, for
it
example, there are some archaeological excavations that are happening in many parts of Northeast, And I think in a few years we will see a new history of especially the cultural history of Northeast. You will have a
Will be written.
yeah, will be rewritten.
Rewritten.
Will be rewritten, including Nagaland, you know.
Okay, Mr. Hanan Mullah, these are all the challenges faced before the what you call as democratic, secular forces, and the results. The results in Bengal is not a good sign for the democratic secular forces, if you see, because you both came together and you failed miserably.
This is a biggest challenge before the left, democratic and secular forces, and ideologically and culturally. And our weaknesses is there. Left forces had some planning, but broadly secular forces, they have no long-term planning to expound our cultural ethos, to defend our cultural heritage, to defend secular aspect. They speak in the public meeting, but they have no concerted planning, study, research, and propaganda on that.
No, isn't that true of the left parties also?
This is yes, sir. Left party, as it should be done, it is not done yet. We have weaknesses, but at least we have the perspective. We know from where the challenge is coming, how to face it. That is there.
Okay.
But ideological and cultural battle will be one of the major battle for the left and democratic and secular forces in coming years. If we have to face this BJP challenge.
Jaivir, will you agree with that? Will you agree with what Mr. Hanan Mullah says, that this is the biggest challenge which the democratic forces of left, democratic secular forces, as they would call it, would face?
See, I've always believed that in a democracy, having competition is good. It sheds complacency. But definitely, I started my point. This election will completely change the dynamics in Rajya Sabha. It will change. It will bring out the relevance of regional parties, their importance. So the national parties will have to rework, rethink, re-strategize in terms of aligning, combating these regional parties for 2019. That's point number one. And I just want to make a quick comment on Shri Narendra Modi's statement, which you just showed. See, if you do a little bit of number crunching, after 2014, barring Haryana and Maharashtra, we have gone into poll in 7 states. Bharatiya Janata Party is only leading in 1. If you do the number crunching today, they have got 80 seats out of 858 odd seats, including Assam, and Congress is at 134. And their vote share in each state has reduced. I have the numbers and stats with me. Now, to say that BJP's base is increasing or Assam victory can be actually capitalized, utilized to say we are victorious in other 4 states, that will be factually wrong. The truth of the matter is BJP has failed to, the lotus has failed to bloom in South India.
Okay, Jaivir, that is, these details which you are going into are all factually correct. I agree with you, but as far as today's the picture is concerned, Nilab, you would agree that the perception battle today has been won by the BJP?
I don't think it has been won. What has happened is that it has boosted the morale of the BJP worker themselves, because BJP was on a back foot after Bihar elections.
Right.
Yes. And they needed a prop.
Right.
Assam, for the time being, has provided them that prop. And of course, it is part of the greater design in the Northeast. But then that is a long time project. And you would notice that even while the Prime Minister was speaking, the usual chest thumping and celebratory mode was absent.
Right.
Even the BJP workers, it was a muted kind of celebration, because they knew, things have happened. For instance, Mamata Banerjee's stupendous victory, as to how it is, they had hoped for that Mamata would win by a slender margin, and then they would have a leverage and they could force her to, for instance, pass GST.
Okay.
Now, but a victorious Mamata, who would care 2 hoots for all those corruption charges now, won't be so vulnerable to CBI or anything.
No, there are several other there are several other things which actually needs to be discussed as far as this results is concerned. But today, right now, we are running short of time. So we will continue these discussions in the coming days. There are very many things, as Nilab rightly pointed out, the Mamata factor, how she's going to behave, what she will be at the national level. All these things are very fascinating issues which needs to be discussed. Anyway, thanks to all my guests For today, please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue, the big picture, same time tomorrow.